Mayor Williams, Vice Mayor Neely Rivers.
Here.
At this time, I do know it says discussion of town resolution. We're gonna do the panel first, and then we'll go into the discussion of town. Go ahead. Yes.
Go ahead, 'cause she gotta go. She gotta go.
I'll go first. You gonna go?
Ms. George, would you go?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
All right. In November 2020, the town council appointed me as interim town manager for the town of White Springs, a challenge that I gladly accepted. It was a challenge to say the least. The town was financially crippled. Records were missing. There was only one staff member, Beverly Brazil, who let it be known that she resented my presence. Regardless, with the town support, I built a team. Oh, that's too loud. I hired a town clerk, a new accountant, a bookkeeper, and a fire chief, and along with the town council, we partnered with an attorney and accounting consultants. When I was hired, I asked the council to give me 5 years to turn the town around, and I can proudly say we did it in 4. With the town being fully staffed, we began to see progress. We had a plan and we began working it. Many creditors and vendors didn't want to do business with White Springs. This council, along with the town's administration, now repaired those relationships or built new ones. The previous administration that has current town council candidate Tanja Brown on it was the same council responsible for White Springs' economic decline. The town was under threat of a lawsuit with Kirk Construction for unpaid bills and was trying to get a loan from First Federal to settle the debt. However, I communicated with Kirk Construction and we came up with an agreement and an agreeable payment plan. This debt was paid with no loan. I had to pay about $40,000 for an abandonment of a 2018-19 CDBG grant project for the community center. Remember, I came in 2020, November of 2020. Once the town qualified for the CDBG grant again, this council put its citizens over making money. Instead of doing the CDBG grant to repair the old community center that could have been rented out for at least $100 or building a new one, this council unselfishly voted to write the CDBG grant to assist citizens in fixing their homes. But y'all don't want to hear about that. Y'all also don't want to hear about how the previous administration didn't maintain the community center or town hall, whereas they both had to be condemned. This council, along with the town administration and I, brought White Springs its first paid fire department. Unlike the previous volunteer fire department that I had to suspend twice because they refused to keep up their paperwork, such as CPR, first aid, get physicals, or keep the equipment serviced. Regardless of what's being said and reported, White Springs do have a fire department. And if the citizens who claim to be in tune and are so concerned with the town, they would know this. They would know that White Springs have a fire department that's part-time and they're either paramedics or EMT. In addition, over the last 4 years, this administration, along with the town council support, was able to catch up on all of the audits, all the previous audits that the previous administration failed to do. And since I'm on the subject of audits, let's talk about it. Because it's apparent that whoever y'all getting this information from don't understand how audits work. But let me educate you. Audits are like building blocks. You cannot do a current audit until all past audits are complete. So when I got here in 2020, I could not do the 2021 audit, which would have been my first year audit. I had to complete 2018-19 audit, 2019 and 2020 audit. Now remember, I was hired mid of 2020, but my team and I was stuck with the task of doing 2018-19 audit and 2019-20 audits. This town administration was not here. This town council was not here, but we still had to do those audits. There have been questions on why they weren't good or why they had missing information. We don't know, we wasn't here. Why y'all ain't asked 2018, 2019, or 2020 administration? Ask Tanja Brown, who's running for council. From my understanding, she was on the council for 13 years. One of the people that walked out on the town. The town has been poorly managed for years before we got here. and we worked our behinds off to get it into shape. We didn't have anybody to tell us or guide us. We just jumped in and tried to fix the town issues as we saw fit and as they arise. We were making progress, but some of y'all didn't like it. I don't know why y'all say y'all for the town, because you're truly not. Y'all called for an operation audit, which turned out to be good. We welcomed them because that was the only way we could find out what was missing or needed to be done for the town. Because remember, when I came in, it was no staff but one person, and I got a set of keys and some passwords. But y'all want to misrepresent the facts of those 16 findings. And for this town to only have 16 findings compared to other towns that have 54, I think that's pretty good. Half the findings were cured when this council partnered with Powell and Jones Consulting. The other 8 consisted of things like complete the audits, which we've done, build reserves, which we've done, which this town never had, make policies, update the personal handbook, etc., which we've done all of those. We had 18 months to fix those findings, which we have done and already submitted to the Joint Legislative Committee. Oh yeah, I'm talking about everything y'all had an issue with and lied about. Y'all complained about the sweepstakes. Y'all told lies saying that's why we raised your taxes. We never raised your taxes. Your taxes been at 6 mills from either 21 or 22. The reason your property taxes went up is because Hamilton County raised the assessed value of your property. And if you don't understand that, give me a call and I'll give you a one-on-one. All the money from the sweepstakes was extra. Sharon Shea told us she wanted the money to fall out the sky, which we know is dumb. That money was going to be used to increase the coverage of the fire department, increase the town's revenues, and use for extracurricular things that you all in the town wanted, like the Azalea Festival, your bicycle trails, May Day, and kids' youth programs. That's what that money was for, not to finance anything in the town. Because let's get this record straight. If you was really in tune with this government and this administration and myself, you'll see that even with that revenue gone, we have not missed a beat financially. The town is doing great. But no, that's not good enough for some of you all. You have your Scott Gage, your Julie McCures, Roger Green of the town saying they want what's best, but they don't even know what's going on. Because if that's the truth, they wouldn't be misleading you saying that we are financially crippled when we are not. Those are lies. Because when the town was in financial distress, they were nowhere in sight. Another part of our plan, besides getting the audits up to date, was the finances. When I got here, the enterprise account had about $87,000. Some of y'all got that in y'all account. That's no money for a town. And a little bit over 100,000. When I say a little bit, I mean a little bit, like 107 in the enterprise, with no reserves. Included in that 5-year plan was the build of reserves for the town and to build the accounts of the town, which we have done successfully and in totality. White Springs has over $1 million. White Springs, as I said, is doing so great, we have not even touched our ARPA money, which we got $381,000. We have not touched a dime. And you can say what you want, but it'll be false because y'all can't find excessive spending anywhere. The only thing we spend money on is the infrastructure of that crippling water plant and sewer plant. And we actually in process of having a grant to get digital meters and put down more plumbing infrastructure for the town. However, we had some busybodies call Tallahassee and tell them don't give them the grant because they don't have the money to meet their portion of the grant, because a grant is never 100%. I had to send documentation to show them that we had the financial capabilities to get this grant growing. So if y'all don't get the grant, y'all need to look at some of y'all busybodies in the town. Despite the slander and the lies, we continue to work, and every year the town gets better. To call us corrupt is a joke. We are crooked and we are corrupt because we refuse to be bullied, talked to any kind of way, and let it slide. When y'all call us racial slurs, oh no. And for the newspaper to print such foolishness, like when they printed that photo with Joe Griffin signing his yard calling us 3 crooks, leading people on that we have done something sinister, when the story was all about him allegedly not receiving some one-night teen requests from previous administration, that's ridiculous. But I get it, they out to sell newspapers. But I'm tired of you doing it by lying and slandering our names, especially mine. I'm here to set the record straight once and for all. So when you talk about money missing, you can't find a dime out of place. So I resent Be Faithful Coker, Scott Gay, Michael and Sharon Shea, Judy Gay, Cheryl McCall, Nicole Williams, River Bean, News, the Lake City Reporter, and anybody or entity that say we took a dime from the town of White Springs because it's a lie. And I can't leave without stating what's really going on. The town has 92 to 96 acres of prime real estate near the river. Many people from Hamilton County, even their representatives, have approached the town about developing that area for an RV camp and other businesses. The town has also been approached about developing this parcel of land next to the library to a high intense living space, which will more than double the population of White Springs. I think it was 900 and something on 6 acres. Because the town administration and council disagreed in the direction those developments would take the town, it has been a witch hunt ever since. The argument has been it will bring revenue to the town, but it hasn't been said what it will cost, which will be millions. If you're gonna double the population, you gotta do something with that water system and that sewer plant. In addition, there's no infrastructure over there. How can we afford to put down a couple of $1 million worth of plumbing? Like I said, grants are not 100%. And what about those people that live behind the development on Diamond Street? They got 2-inch pipes. Can you imagine their water pressure? But I guess not, because we don't care about them. What y'all think Hamilton County gonna do for y'all? They don't assist in funding the fire department. They wanted us to give them the fire department and pay them to run it. When it's a natural disaster, Hamilton County wants y'all to come to Jasper for supplies. But this council and administration fight for supplies to be brought here. And we volunteer our time to hand them out. And you all can attest to that, because I'm quite sure every last one of y'all that came through that line recognize every last one of our faces, because we are the ones that hand that stuff out. I could be home. I live in Lake City. But I do it because I love White Springs and the people. When it's a natural disaster, Hamilton County don't send a bus. They don't send anybody out here to get y'all to them shelters. But this council actually made a plan to hire non-medical transport to get residents to the shelter safely, if necessary. But y'all don't know about that because they ain't gonna tell you that. Hamilton County wants your resources. They want that over $1 million plus that y'all have in y'all bank accounts. I know y'all didn't know y'all have that much money. And your $13 million worth of assets. The head of the county commissioners told the House of Representatives that White Springs was a crown jewel, and we know. When you go to Jasper, it look like a ghost town. You think they're gonna bring their resources to White Springs? Compare 41 in White Springs to 41 in Jasper. It's a big difference. And we only got 2 employees. All our equipment gonna be in Jasper because Jasper gonna come first. You can say what you want about this council and administration, but you can't say the citizens don't come first. Everything that is needed and necessary in White Springs, we got it. They even told me in emergency management, we got the best fire truck, we got the best fire station. That's why they want it. And as they say in church, I would be remiss if I didn't say something about your so-called super citizens who act like they care so much for the town. And if they care so much, this would have taken place when council candidate Tanya Brown was on the council, not when the town was flourishing. Not now. We flourishing, but now y'all want to bring all this. Y'all should have did this in 18 and 19. But as for Lake City resident Be Faithful Coker, who has an unhealthy obsession with me, I am appalled that you tell lies and go up there and tell them that you can't bring your children to council meetings, which you never have because they get cursed out. You told the House representative these lies. That's crazy. People, if it's true, show a videotape. Please do. Show the videotape of us cussing them out. It's an unhealthy obsession with me, and it's stalking. If you go to her page, it's all me and my partner. She has a picture of me at a 12-year-old funeral on her page. She has pictures of my businesses on her page. She has pictures of me at meetings in Lake City. It is unhealthy and quite scary. It's not my fault that she was not appointed to that seat in Lake City, which she tried to sue me, which y'all don't know, and lost. She sued me, the county commissioners, the Lake City Council, and others. I don't know what it is. I even came up, tried to speak with her, say, hey, what's going on? Let's talk it out. But hey, I just leave it as she's a failure. Your town council candidate, Nicole Williams, is another person that like to throw rocks and hide a hand. She lie real bad. Nicole Williams said that she was removed because she contacted the Joint Legislative Committee. No, Nicole Williams was removed from the town council because of misfeasance and malfeasance. Nicole running for office is a joke. She is one of the main people defrauding the town and one of the people with a major code violation. Nicole Williams lied that she didn't know where we got numbers for the new water rates, when in reality, when the study was done by Florida Rural Water Management did this study. It was voted unanimously to take their recommendations. But she said we got the numbers from the sky. She didn't know where we got the numbers from. Lies. And all of a sudden, Scott Gay got municipal accounting experience. In the past, when the town decided, before the town decided to consult with Powell and Jones, Scott Gay was asked to assist the town. So everybody y'all think y'all super citizens, we've actually reached out to them, but y'all don't know this. We asked him to assist the town, but Scott Gay's response was, I don't have municipal experience. Okay, so we got somebody with 40 years plus of municipal experience running a $300 million budget in Columbia County. But now all he get is critique from somebody who don't have municipal experience. You want to discount everything that he's saying. But when you were asked, you said no. And you want to discount somebody's impeccable reputation. This has been a witch hunt ever since I've been working here. Ever since. And most of y'all don't know it. Y'all see our faces? We've even had to call Ray because we got people coming in there. People want to just put it on Joe Griffin. But we got people behind Joe Griffin. His wife even told us, coming to her house. I want to speak to the head nigga in charge. I can't wait till all y'all niggas get from up there. Y'all don't hear all this. Y'all don't see all this. But when y'all see us, y'all like, oh, she's loud, she's aggressive. You don't know I just got cussed out from my head to my toe, called everything but a child of God. Y'all don't know that these ladies up here that's trying to serve y'all get disrespected on a daily basis. But then people say, oh, it's just Joe Griffin. No, baby, it's more than Joe Griffin. You got citizens out there that's watering, what, $15, $16, got buckets when they cuss you out by their water bill. Like I said, it's been a witch hunt ever since I've been working here. Y'all call and harass my employees, myself, and even council members. Y'all lie only because you can. Y'all are in such disbelief that this group of people can turn this town around, that we can actually be in good financial position. I brought this town up in 4 years instead of 5. Me and my staff and this council. I'm a good town manager. No, I'm a great town manager, especially from where I brought this town from. Y'all can't make me uncomfortable and take away any of my achievements. But guess what? The sacrifice, because I love White Springs, I'll sacrifice myself. I'm going to ask this council, if you see fit, to terminate me if it's going to save the town. That's all I have to say, but I did have to get that off my chest.
To the state of Florida, Senator Corey Simon,